Testing. 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 Okay.
Kena adjust depan sikit.
I guess.
Ya. Sorry. So bring it nearer.
Nearer? Nearer where?
Kiri ke?
Testing. Testing. Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. Welcome to Jerayawara Curriculum Persekolahan 2027. We are from College Tingkatan 6 Tun Fatimah, College Tingkatan 6 Pra University Tun Fatimah Melaka. Tonight we will be presenting a forum entitled The Life and Experience of Student in the Melaka Pre-University Form 6 College. First and foremost, allow me to introduce myself. I, Muhammad Aidi Farhan bin Muhammad Kamal Kindergarten from B24 PK1, and I will be the moderator for our forum today. Without wasting much time, allow me to with me on the stage today are three eloquent speakers who will share their unique experience and insight on being Form 6 students. Without wasting much time, let me introduce our first speaker, the Immaculate Mr. Tan. Next to him on the stage is the confident Mr. Shawin, and lastly, our larger-than-life speaker, Mr. Amar. Please give a round of applause to our speakers. Thank you. Without further ado, let's begin with our first speaker. Mr. Tan, can you tell us more about your initial expectation versus the reality of Form 6?
Thank you, Mr. Aidil Farhan. So, good evening. My name is Tan Bing Zhao, and I am from College Tingkatan 6 Pra University Tun Fatimah. I am in class B24 Sejarah. So, today I would like to talk about the initial expectations of Form 6 and reality of Form 6, as well as giving a brief introduction towards Form 6. So, choosing Form 6 is a significant decision. Choosing Form 6 is a significant decision for me, as Form 6 draws a pre-university education system, as well as having a foundational structured plan for higher education, which is crucial for my future goals, as well as the cheaper fees of Form 6 that made it appealing to my family and I. Now, the initial expectations of Form 6 and reality of Form 6. Initially, I thought that Form 6 would just be an extension to secondary school, which as in difficulty as well as the routine, it would be exactly the same or maybe similarly. But the reality is, it's not the same at all, as the transition between secondary school and Form 6 is much difficult than I have ever anticipated. So, the curriculum is tougher as well as the expectation is higher. So, I would like to go more in depth on what the initial expectations of Form 6 as well as the reality of Form 6. Initially, I thought that friendship from secondary school would last. What I meant by that is that the close-knit friends that I've established during secondary school would maintain throughout Form 6, as well as it's easier for me to make new friends in Form 6. However, that's not the case, as there is always an evolving social dynamic in Form 6. What that means is that obviously we each have our own goals, and as well as each are studying in different classes. as well as the greater focus on education, which might hinder our social communication with others. Hence, we need a greater emphasis or a greater effort in order to maintain friendship between our close friends as well as our new ones. Other than that, there's also the expectation of active participation in extra co-curricular activities. I initially thought that I could manage both extracurriculum as well as my education. Obviously, it is an ambitious attempt. However, that is not the case, as the reality is time is always limited. The limited time as well as the higher emphasis and higher attention that I gave towards education would mean that I have to choose my activities wisely, which means that I obviously cannot participate in every single extracurricular activities that I've encountered. Other than that, we also have the initial expectation of a smooth transition towards independency. Or initially, I thought that Form 6 would mean that I would transition to independency automatically as the first step. Obviously, that's not the case, as we always gradually adapt, we always gradually improve throughout Form 6. What that means is that we always learn from our mistakes and we will always improve. Obviously, we will not always achieve what we want or what we need in Form 6. Hence, all of these setbacks and challenges will gradually make us into a better person. Now, I would like to talk about the average Form 6 routine. Obviously, in the morning, it would be quite rushing, as we need to make sure we are properly showered, we have the proper ethic, the proper clothes needed, as well as having a hearty breakfast. Afterwards, we will arrive at college at around 7:30 a.m. This helps us get ready for the day ahead. When we are at school, the morning would usually be a morning assembly. The morning assembly usually includes information provided from the teacher to us about information in our college, as well as we will recite the national principles, also known as Rukun Negara. Afterwards, we will also sing our national anthem as well as our state anthem. So occasionally, we will also have our motivational speech from students or teachers alike. This will give us the positive mindset for us to study ahead throughout the day. So as for these subjects, there's two mandatory subjects for us, which is General Studies, also known as Pengajaran, and also MUIT, which stands for Malaysian University English Test. These two subjects are mandatory for every student. Afterwards, we also have additional subjects such as business, history, science, sports science, accounting, economics, etc. Our school day typically would include a form of recess, from which we get to relax through the form of recess. In recess, we could relax, eat, re-energize our body, as well as socialize. This is vital for us, as we need the proper energy to proceed in our classes afterwards. Usually, our school will end at around 2:50 or 3 p.m. But in the case of Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we would end our classes or end our school session at around 4 p.m. What do we do during this time is we have extracurricular activities. These extracurricular activities not only increase our skills and knowledge on leadership and other things, but it also provides us new insight on things that we would not normally do in a classroom setting. Right, so afterwards, we will go home, have a few snacks or have dinner, and we will start our assignments and homework. During this time, we will compile everything that we learned from the day in order for us to remember what we have learned in order for it to become a long-term memory so that we could tackle for our examination afterwards. So, after, our academic workload in Form 6 is substantial as we cover a lot of subjects like the ones I mentioned, Pengajar Am, also known as General Studies, MUIT, Malaysian University English Test, as well as physics, biology, mathematics, etc. All of this has its own set of challenges. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tan, for informative insight on Form 6. Mr. Shawim, how do you manage to balance your academic workload with extracurricular activities?
Test. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shawin Cholaventan, and today I'm here to talk about balancing academics and extracurricular activities as a Form 6 student. So, first of all, Form 6 is broadly known for its demanding workload, and also it offers a lot of extracurricular activities for their students. Studying at College Pra University Tingkatan 6 Tun Fatimah, I get offered a lot of extracurricular activities such as bowling, badminton, and futsal. So balancing both academic and extracurricular activities can be really challenging for a student. So here are some of my experience on balancing academics and extracurricular activities. So first of all, what I learned from balancing academics and extracurricular activities is I learned how to do my task prioritization. I understand my tasks and understand my commitments on academics and extracurricular activities. And I move towards it based on my deadline and the importance I give to the both academics and also the extracurricular activities. For instance, I'm a sports science student. I take sports science, general studies, MUIT, business studies, and also Bahasa Melayu. All of this has a lot of assignments. For instance, in general studies, we have an assignment that have to be 40 pages or minimally 3 to 5,000 words. So, balancing both academic and extracurricular activities by having those assignments can be really challenging, but by doing prioritization lists, I can prioritize my work based on their deadlines and the importance I give. The nearer the deadline, the more importance I give to the academic or the task. Nextly, from my experience, what I learned is to create a schedule. Normally, I'm not a scheduled person. I cannot follow a schedule when I was in my secondary school. But when I entered Form 6 forced me to do a schedule so I can work to it. I do a schedule based on the timetable I have for attending classes and also involving myself in extracurricular activities, and I try my real best to stick to it always. Furthermore, what I experience on balancing academic and extracurricular activities is to balance my extracurricular activities is to set goals. I set both short-term and long-term goals in both my academics and also in extracurricular activities. For instance, I set short-term goals on my academics such as scoring good marks for pre-trials, trials, and for long-term goals, I can set goals on scoring a good CGPA in my final exams and also in extracurricular activities. For instance, in extracurricular activities, by winning the championship of bowling, badminton, or any of other activities. Moving towards another point, in my experience, based on balancing extracurricular activities and academy, I learned how to stay organized. Basically, I'm not a really organized person, but entering into Form 6 made me to be an organized person. It's hard, yes, it is really hard to be organized, but with effective planning on what projects you have to do and what extracurricular commitments you have, you can really achieve the balance between academic and extracurricular activities. And by by doing a timetable also, I can prevent last-minute rushes and finish all my assignments and tasks before the deadline given. And other than that, being a Form 6 student can be really stressful. So I learned how to maintain a balance between my academics and also extracurricular activities. Boredom and burnout can often affect someone really mentally. So I find ways to overcome my stress level so it won't affect my academics and also extracurricular activities. So lastly, what I do to overcome obstacles in the way to balancing my academics and extracurricular activities is I always review and modify my schedule. I cannot, as I said earlier, I cannot stick to a same schedule for a long time. So what I always do is I always review my tasks and my academic workloads before I do that. So my schedule will be based on my preference, so I can move to it based on my comfort zone. So that's all from my experience being on a Form 6 student. By using these strategies, I'm almost going to finish my STPM. Just 6 months left. That means just one SEM left. So balancing academics and extracurricular activities can be really challenging, but it also really achievable if we have effective planning and also a good time management skill. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shavin, for sharing some tips on how to manage your academic workload with extracurricular activity. Mr. Amar, what has been most significant challenge you have faced in Form 6 and how did you overcome it?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening, everyone. My name is Amar Muazzin bin Saiful Bahari. As mentioned, I am from College Pra University Tingkatan 6 Tun Fatimah Melaka. And for this night, I will be sharing one of the challenges I face and still currently facing as a Form 6 student. You ask any of the students, probably the biggest and most major problems they would face is academic pressure. And for me, I experienced that too. For your information, our whole SEM, one SEM consists of 6-month period and a 3 times exam. So we have to sit the examination for 3 times, the trial, and the final exams. And I, from B24 SVS, I have 5 subjects that consist of BM, General Studies, MUET, Arts, Sports Science. And mostly, this subject consists of maybe like 10 to 13 subtopics or syllabus. So in such a short period of time, I really need to learn and grasp the concept of those 13 subtopics and subjects. At the same time, I hang out with my friends frequently, so I need to balance my social life, my academics, and my core curricular activities throughout my semester. I have 3 semesters, I have 1 semester left. So it will probably be the biggest and most major problems I face as a Form 6 students. At the same time, I have to balance out my exam preparations, balancing courseworks and assignment. And maybe you might ask, how did I did it? What's the way? What's the option for me to actually grasp and overcome my fear of being under pressure? This is probably the most cliche answer I could give, but it probably be my family. They has been there since day one. They has coddled me since baby until now I'm as big as I could be. They supported me financially throughout my whole semester, and they gave me a conducive environment to study. Next would be my teachers. They gave me a lot of coursework to actually understand the concept, every concept that I've learned. They actually gave me a lot of coursework to do, and they actually gave me a one-on-one session. If I give you an example, I was studying General Studies and I couldn't understand what she was teaching for 1 hour and a half. And then I asked her, my teacher, Puan Hazima binti Rifin, she isn't here actually, but I asked her, could you explain me again? And she explained me for a whole half an hour, and I actually understand the concept. Thanks to her, I could upgrade my result from on the okay side onto better. Next, last but not least, my friends. If the exam is just around the corner, I would probably held a group study and refresh our memory and our mind to do well in our studies. As the saying goes, every cloud has a silver lining. I have achieved a lot of milestone during my Form 6 life. I have achieved from, as I mentioned earlier, from an okay results to a better results. I have achieved a lot of certificate from bowling, camping, ping pong, darts and everything. Next, I would probably say that after all of this milestone, it has boosted my confidence and my faith in my abilities to actually move forward and grab more opportunities to be better for myself and for my school. Last but not least, I have managed stress and stay focused on my goals. I have written all my goals in my notebook. I didn't bring my book, but I could show you. I have written all of my goals, my future goals, about my academics, about my family, about myself. I have written all of that, and I have managed stress and did not affect any of my studies to achieve my goal. And I have stayed focused on my goals until the end. And for me, my option to go to Form 6 was the best decision I ever made, because Form 6, what's the word for it? The best transition from a primary school, secondary school to a uni and a work life. Because in Form 6, you don't really get everything from your teachers. You have to make efforts and really study by yourself to actually achieve the best results. You can't rely on your teachers actually. And for me, it has been, although it has been what, like a year maybe. It's almost a year, and it has been a great journey for me. And I'm looking forward for my last try sem. And that's all from me, and that's all my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you to the speakers for their interesting insight and experience. Now I open to the floor for any question and comment from the audience.
So, for the guests standing up or sitting down, have any questions to ask us more about Form 6? Maybe anything that you're curious about. If it's in Malay, we'll answer it actually. Any from that side, audience?
You can raise your hands and we can
raise
give
your
you the mic.
hands. Anyone? Do you have any questions?
Anyone, please?
Yes.
Shawil. Okay, Shawil and friends from College Sekatanam, right? I'm Nadia binti Haji Kasim from Unibasa, JPN. I used to teach Form 6 also before I transferred to JPN. So, teaching English. Okay, and Dr. Jane and your teacher Sylvia is my friend. Okay, my question for you is, first of all, thank you very much for your impressive performance and preparation. You can see that you are very well prepared. So we are really proud of you for that.
Thank you.
But my question is, College Tingkatan 6, Tuan Fatimah, consists of all Form 6 students, right? So like what you said just now, it's a transition from your upper school life with your pre-university life. What do you miss the most? Because you have not seen your little sisters anymore and brothers anymore in the school, right? So what do you miss the most when you in your 1.5 year in College Tingkatan 6? Can you answer that question? Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question.
For me, in my opinion, what do I miss the most? To be honest, I miss the sports day, because in Form 6 we don't have sports day. But again, the memories we couldn't create here. It's only a short period of time, and to focus on our studies. But again, we try to make as much memory as we could. That's on my opinion lah.
So, in my opinion, what I miss the most as a primary school student is my uniform. So I'm not wearing my uniform nowadays because so I really miss my uniform. Now we can wear any formal or casual shirts we want, but back at the school we can only wear our uniforms and our PJ shirts,
True.
our House shirt. Yes.
And our
so
PJ
that's why
shirt.
I miss the most as a Form 6 student.
As for me, it will be what I miss the most. Obviously, it will be in an educational sense because life back then was much easier. I mean, obviously, we don't have to like pay taxes right now or anything, but the syllabus was obviously much easier compared to right now. Obviously, it's not a good comparison, but obviously, yeah, that's what I miss.
How about you, Mr. Moderator? What do you miss about school?
What I really miss about my old school is my best friends from old schools. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for the question. So here are some gifts for you.
Must give the question first and then you get the rewards.
Okay,
Any
so-
questions from the audience? Any other questions from the audience? Anything you're curious about Form 6?
Yes.
Anyone?
Okay, so if there's no more questions, so we are gonna ask some questions to you guys. Oh, one
Yes,
more.
one
Okay.
more.
Okay, I just want to ask, why don't you choose Asasi or matriculation instead of Form 6?
Thank you for the question. That was, I think this is the hardest question that we have to gonna answer today.
Yeah, sure.
So,
For me, I choose Form 6 because I love the environment and the challenge on being Form 6 students. Yeah.
So for me, it was mostly recommendations from my family as well as my sister, who was a senior in College Tingkatan 6 Private University Tun Fatimah. Obviously, she's already graduated, but yeah, she just advised me it could be a better option as it's shorter in length compared to the others. That's all.
so in my opinion, why I didn't choose Asasi or any other alternative ways is just like I just said, because of the environment. I just want to feel 1.5 years more of the school environment, so I get to enjoy 1.5 years more in the school with all of my friends. Because once we get to universities, it won't be the same again. You won't even get to know your classmates in university. So I just want to feel another 1.5 years with my friends in the school environment.
And for me, I was influenced by my mom and my father. Both of them are STPM students. And they told me that this is the best way to actually strive for your excellence, because I wanted to study Muet. And then they say that this is the best way to study Muet or even law. So that's probably be my answer. And my second opinion is I miss school. I really miss school.
So here the present to the teacher who asked the question. And you have any other question, you guys?
Yes, from the audience.
Yeah, and she's my classmate.
Do you enjoy your Form 6 life since everyone said Form 6 is very hard?
Thank you for the question, Melissa. Thank you. Yes, Form 6 is really hard. It is hard, but even though it's really hard, I still find some chances to enjoy my Form 6 environment. I enjoy it with my friends. Okay, I go out with them. I still eat together with my friends in the canteen. Okay, so yes, so I believe that I won't get it if I went to universities or college or anywhere else. So even though STPM is hard, I still enjoy STPM a lot.
As for me, it's the same. Obviously, it's hard, but the friends aspect of Form 6 is very nice. I enjoy it a lot. If I didn't choose Form 6, I wouldn't have met friends such as Deshaun, Joseph, Xavier, and all of them. Yeah, so that's my take on this.
Just like I mentioned before, every cloud has a silver lining. So I try to enjoy myself every chance I could get. So that's why I said before, I mentioned earlier, I balance everything out. I hang out with my friend frequently, but at the same time, I balance out everything, every single thing. That's from me.
Any other questions, please?
From the audience, any other questions?
Okay, if there are no questions, we are going to ask some questions.
Then we'll ask the questions.
Okay, so let me pick one person from the audience. There we have our principal over there. The principal of College Tingkatan 6, Tun Fatima. Okay,
Give a round of applause for her.
so she's Puan Zunita binti Zulkifli Stock. I'm really sorry. So here my question for you. So how does it feel to manage a Form 6 school and manage the students at the Pra University? So how do you feel about it?
Okay, good evening to everyone, and thank you to Shawin for the question. Actually, I'm so thankful to be given the chance to talk something about Form 6. Actually, managing my students, especially looking at how I'm impressed by the four of you, and because we are given the opportunity to share about Form 6 to everyone here, and during this Jerayawara Curriculum Persekolahan 2027, because like the four of you has mentioned earlier, okay, Form 6 might not be the first chance chosen by everyone. Maybe most probably people will think of matriculation, okay, or Asasi, but yet Form 6 actually is the best way to go to university. That's why since 2nd July 2024, for everybody's information, we are given the title pre-university. That means everyone with STPM certificate and MUET certificate, both will be given to students, STPM past students, and you will be going to university life. And actually, I'm also from STPM student and in Sultan Ibrahim Girls School, Johor Bahru. And I'm so proud of being an STPM student actually, because the first thing, it'll be very easy for the fourth of you and also for the others here. I could see all your friends are giving support to you. So I'm so happy tonight. So means all of you will excel in your studies and it'll be very easier for you in university life. I'm sure you'll be happy in university after taking your STPM exam. So to me, from tonight, good luck to everyone, and thank you. Thank you, Shawin.
Thank you so much, teacher. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. And we're having two more questions, right? Okay, we have two more questions, and the second question is, I have some of my friends over here, okay? Don't run away, please. Don't run away. I have some of my friends here, my classmates and everybody. So, I'm going to ask one of them. Ifa. Okay, so you are a Form 6 student too. So how do you feel about Form 6? How do you feel? Okay, Dayang, right? Okay.
What I feel of being a student, a Form 6 student, I actually really didn't expect to be a Form 6 student are really enjoyable, because I thought, like everyone say, it's really hard to be a Form 6 student with the pressure from the exams, from the fast pace of learning. But it depends on that person. We can enjoy it if we manage our time carefully. Like my friends, even people say that I can say that it's stressful, but I can manage it if I manage my time carefully. So I think it's not hard if we know how to handle our life. I think that's it.
Thank you so much, Dayang. Thank you. Okay, so the last question is, do anyone here is an ex-Form 6 student? Over here? There it is. Anyone else? Form 6 student? Okay. So, can you share your experience when you was in Form 6? All of
In Form 6 in 1988 and 99, and then I entered university in 1990. When I entered university, I was experienced to perform and then to do my paperwork, and then we are not nervous and we are stay steady. As a freshie, we are steady because we are Form 6 students. We got experience to perform. And then we are enjoy our curriculum at university because we are know to manage our time and we know how to manage our study and we got skill to communicate with people. Okay.
I'm also the Form 6 students. Yeah, yeah. I'm also the Form 6 students. I'm the first batch of Asrama Penuh in Labuan. We are in Form 6. And actually Form 6 is for me because I'm not rich. My parents is not rich. We are in B40. And now I can change my life. After Form 6, I entered the university at, in 1986. And then I graduated in 1991. After that, I further my study after I got my first bachelor. After that, I do my master. And then Form 6 is the best way for me to further my study. And Puan Tang is also my experience. Yeah, Puan Tang is also.
Okay, thank you, Puan Haja Rubaya. Actually, I was a Form 6 student at SMK Gajah Berang on 1988 and 89. Okay, same as Puan Zaiha. Okay, I really enjoy my life in Form 6. I really make a lot of friends. And then I think I'm more matured than those Form 5 students who straight away enter universities. Yes. At last, I used my Form 6 results. I never entered university, but I went to IPG, Maktab Perguruan Tengku Ampuan Afzan Kuantan. After that time is ijazah only lah. After I came out, then I further my study at UKM. I got my degree after I came out from Maktab. There is a different life there. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Anyway, you have your different way to achieve your whatever you want to achieve, your career or whatever you want to achieve lah. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for sharing your experience to the officers from PPD and JPN. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's all from us, from the students of College Praya University Tingkatan 6 Tun Fatimah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.